Hello, I just wanted to do a quick video review of the Kigurumi from kigurumishop.com. To begin, I've had the Kigurumi for a few weeks, and by far my favorite part is how comfortable it is. It really is a shame that onesies aren't normally worn past childhood, because I found that wearing the Kigurumi is like being wrapped in a blanket at all times. The Kigurumi I'm wearing right now is made of 100% fleece. For those who don't know, most products these days made of fleece aren't actually made of the natural material that you would think of that would come from a sheep or some other woolen creature. Even though the material isn't exactly natural, it's still incredibly comfortable. It's warm and it's soft, and I highly recommend it for those cold winter days. The Panda, as you can see, is incredibly cute. The eyes and the mouth are made of a felt material that's a little more stiff than the material used on the rest of the product. Equally as charming and cute as the hood is the tail, which is included on the back of almost every Kigurumi. I'd have to say my main problem with the Kigurumi is the fit. It's made more for shorter people. I am about 6 foot tall and my legs kind of stick out quite a bit. The way I remedy the legs being too short is I generally will wear long socks. The socks I'm currently wearing right now, in case you're curious, are from the Mondo Carrera shop, which you can go to at the link below. As far as the arms go, they fit rather well, a little bit short, but it's not enough to bug me. The only other sign that really says it's a little too small on me is where the pockets are. They're a bit high on the waist. Normally I'd expect them to be around here, but they're about here. Even though the fit is considerably off, I'm able to tolerate it rather well. If you're one of those people who are like easily annoyed by the legs being too short or something, I wouldn't recommend it, but I'm fine with it. Before I continue on with this part, I do want to express that I absolutely love the Kigurumi, but there are a few problems that you'll run into even if you do fit into it. Size issue aside, the main problem I have with the Kigurumi is in the buttons. The first problem with the buttons is the top button. I will generally have it undone because when I sit down it would kind of choke me, so it's kind of irritating. Another problem I have with the buttons is they're not very secure. The top button seems to be extremely secure, but the rest of them tend to come undone when you're lounging or whatever. So I highly recommend wearing clothes underneath, otherwise people will see stuff. You don't want that. The third and final problem that I have with the buttons is they generally leave gaps when you stretch the material. So yet another reason to wear clothes underneath. Sorry guys. Moving away from the buttons, the other problem I have is more specific to the Panda. The tail on it is this cotton-filled ball, and when you sit down it's kind of awkward to sit on. Like I have some animals around the house and I sit down, I'm like, oh no, I sat on a dog, but no, it was just the tail. So to fix that, you just adjust the suit before you sit down and everything's fine. Another minor problem I have with this is probably more of a manufacturing error on my part, but the hood is a little bit curved, weirdly. I haven't tried ironing it, but I'm thinking it's more of a manufacturing error. It doesn't bug me too much, but I am a bit of a perfectionist, so it kind of irritates me when I look in the mirror and I'm like adjusting it all the time. The final problem I have with the Kigurumi is that the drop crotch feature, even though it does make it more comfortable, it's kind of awkward when you're walking around because sometimes it folds into this weird extrusion and it just kind of looks awkward. So I don't know, it's not a huge issue, but it's kind of strange. With something like the Kigurumi, you're probably going to wear it every day once you get it, and as such you should probably wash it regularly, otherwise you'll smell like a dirty hobo. No one wants to smell like that. Washing the Kigurumi is relatively simple. I've only washed mine once so far, and I followed the instructions on the website, which recommended washing it in cold water and then hanging it to dry outside of the sun or in the dryer on spin cycle. I chose to dry it in the sun and it worked fine. However, I did notice the material kind of pilled up a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. I've seen fleece blankets pill up like crazy and it annoyed the crap out of me, so it's not a huge issue. I kind of want to wash this a little more because I've seen fleece blankets get softer over time as I wash them, so hopefully that will happen to this because it would be the greatest thing ever. Before I ordered the Kigurumi, I was kind of concerned and I almost didn't buy it because I was wondering how easy it would be to take off and put on in case you need to go to the bathroom or change into your clothes real quick or something. And I'm happy to confirm that it's not too difficult. You just undo like the first 4 or 5 buttons and you're good to go, so excellent. You may have noticed I had quite a few issues with the buttons. I'm considering modifying my Kigurumi, perhaps putting some Velcro between the gaps and sewing the buttonholes a little smaller. That could help, could not, I don't know. I'll find out. I've used my Kigurumi practically every day since I bought it, excluding the day that I washed it because I was waiting for it to dry. I look forward to wearing it when I get home from school and work, and it's just wonderful. Sometimes I get too hot and I don't really want to take the Kigurumi off, so I'll just take it halfway off and I'll tie the arms around my waist and wear it kind of like a half jumper thing. So it's pretty comfortable like that too if you want to do that. I'd like to point out that I did buy my Kigurumi from fab.com. In case you don't know what that is, it's a website that sells products at a discounted price, but they only last for a few days, so the offer for the Kigurumi is over. I actually ordered it like the last few hours, so sorry guys. The Kigurumi must be a great product because even though it has some flaws, I look forward to wearing it all the time. So overall I give it 2 thumbs up, 5 stars, bacon, cheese, tomato. Actually I don't really like tomatoes, but that's my problem. I'll deal with it. But yeah, Kigurumi's great. Awesome!